guys, how you doing? This is Manga section. I'm here today to bring the review for Dragon Ball Super episode 106. If I'm completely honest, I feel like this whole episode was a forced attempt to make Tien the MVP of an episode. Quinn already had his MVP episode, Master already had his MVP episode last week, and I just really feel that this episode was a forced attempt to make Tien important for an episode, and I'm going to go into that a little bit right now as much as I can. So the way I see the force coming from is that it felt like the episode was saying that it needed Tien plus the multi-form technique, which was nice to see again. Easter eggs, Dragon Ball days, but it felt like the episode was trying to say that Tien and the multi-form technique, because he would then have the additional eyes which he could use to help him sense where the attack was coming from, so he can get close enough to attack the opponent. I feel like this was just all force. I don't feel like Tien was necessary at all. I feel like Gohan and Piccolo could have dealt with this situation, but between them, and I really do feel like there was a lot of forced struggling going on, not just for Tien and Gohan, but for even when Goku and Vegeta got involved as well, because between Gohan and Piccolo, they was able to sense, all right, cool, there's some reflection thing going on, and I did find it smart that how Piccolo was able to figure out that it was no heat, body heat, and they did the whole thing where they was trying to mask their body heat and all that. That was smart, and yeah, like I'm saying, I feel like there was a lot of forced stuff within this episode. I don't the full struggle for Gohan and Piccolo most definitely, because they was able to figure out the reflection thing, and I just feel like the writers could have wrote this with Gohan and Piccolo figuring things out. Because they figured out the reflection guy, and they could have defeated the reflection guy. They could, if they figured out how body heat was involved, I'm sure they could have figured out, okay, this guy's reflecting ki blast. We need to not hit him with ki blast and easily defeat him, because this guy was not strong at the end of the day. At the end of the episode, he got defeated with a Gallic gun. So, and that was a Gallic gun with that doctor guy. You've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. But I just feel like there was a lot of force. Even, okay, let's just say that day was legitimately struggling because of this reflection guy. When Gohan and Vegeta, I mean Gohan and Vegeta, when Goku and Vegeta hopped into the thing, they was observing. There's like, oh, okay, cool, someone is shooting this reflecting guy. Someone's shooting. So they figured out someone is shooting the reflecting guy. They could have, one of them could have easily hopped over to the shooter, defeated him, and then blah blah blah. Episode wrapped up. But I just feel like they forced Tien into. I really feel like they forced Tien into this episode, trying to make him look like the MVP. But because I've got my problems with it, and I'm thinking, nah, this is forced. It doesn't come across that way. Maybe it did for you, I don't know. But for me, it just came across really forced. He was defeated within this episode. I want to say unfortunately, but luckily he was not. It was not in vain. Get me? He took down his opponent as well. So tit for tat kind of thing. One thing that I did find funny within this episode is that once the sniper was defeated, and they were just dealing with the reflection guy, that doctor from the beginning of the episode came back and was like, yo, you thought you defeated me, yeah? You thought you were slick. I'm gonna defeat you now. But he doesn't get a chance to do anything because Vegeta takes them out with a Gallic gun. I did find that a bit funny, but for the majority of the episode, for the reasons that I was saying, I did find that this episode, in a nutshell, was a forced attempt to make Tien the MVP before they wrote him off, because that's essentially what they did in this episode. For those reasons, I can only give it a 2-star rating. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.